Hi, ladies. Have you ever had a feeling you wished the man in your life understood? Maybe it's the anxiety you carry, the overwhelm you don't always talk about, the exhaustion that doesn't go away just because you finally sit down. Maybe you feel unappreciated, misunderstood, or sometimes just completely emotionally drained. And you try to explain it, but somehow he just doesn't get it. This isn't about blaming men. It's about those emotional experiences that can be difficult to explain, even when they're very real to us. You know, I think part of the problem is that sometimes we women don't even know how to put these feelings into words. We just know something doesn't feel right, and we wish the person beside us could somehow understand. And that's where things can get a little frustrating, because sometimes there's a disconnect between what we're experiencing on the inside and what the person beside us can actually see on the outside. That's the tricky part about invisible emotional pain. You can look perfectly fine on the outside, while inside you may be struggling with things nobody else can see. And if you're not showing it, how is someone else supposed to know what's really going on? After 67 years of experiencing my own share of emotional challenges, I've come to believe that more than being understood, we simply need to feel heard. I learned that myself more than 30 years ago when I experienced postpartum depression. I don't think anyone who hasn't lived through it can truly appreciate what that feels like. And I certainly couldn't expect the men around me to know what was happening inside when I was struggling to understand it myself. What I really needed wasn't for someone to have all the answers. I needed emotional support. I needed comfort. And most of all, I needed to know I wasn't going through this alone. And I think that's true of so many of the emotional struggles we carry. We don't always need someone to fix what's bothering us. We just need someone to listen, without minimizing it, without trying to make it go away, and without making us feel like we're overreacting. Simply having someone to listen, without trying to fix it, can make all the difference. And that actually makes me wonder, what's your most frustrating feeling that you wish men understood? Maybe it's something you've tried to explain before, or maybe it's something you don't even know how to put into words, and that's okay, because we don't always need someone to completely understand what we're feeling. We just need them to hear us. And I think that's the part we sometimes forget. We can spend so much time wishing someone else would understand what's going on inside us that we forget we can actually just tell them what we need. It might be as simple as saying, I don't need you to fix this, I just need you to listen. Because none of us are mind readers. And sometimes the things we carry are invisible, even to the people who love us the most. Being heard doesn't necessarily solve the problem, but it can make carrying it feel a little different. And now, ladies, I'm really curious to hear what you came up with. If you were sitting at the kitchen table with your girlfriends, what frustrating feeling would come to mind first? You don't have to explain the whole story. Just tell me the feeling. I'd love to read it in the comments. And I'd be really interested to see how many other women share that same feeling. If you'd like to join in and help us shape our future conversations here about the invisible challenges so many women carry quietly, I'd love to have you subscribe and become part of the community. And if today's conversation spoke to you, I think you'll enjoy this video that's just popped up on your screen called Why Good Women Struggle to Put Themselves First. So until next time, please remember, you matter too. Take good care of yourself. I'm Kyle's mom. Bye for now.